Today on Rappler. The Philippines' GDP rises to 7.6% in 2022 despite soaring inflation. Ex-PSG chief Jesus Durante is in custody of the army over murder of a Davao businesswoman. Congresswoman Stella Quimbo says the country's onion crisis could be due to cartels. Former DSWD secretary says President Marcos was easy to work with. Greek pro tennis player Tsitsipas shouts out to actress Margot Robbie at the 2023 Australian Open. Pets will be allowed on the LRT2 starting February 1. And BLACKPINK's Lisa sets 3 Guinness World Records. The Philippines' gross domestic product accelerates by 7.6% in 2022 as holiday consumption and further reopening of businesses boost growth despite prices of goods rising to 14-year highs. The Philippine Statistics Authority also reports fourth quarter growth hit 7.2%, making it the 7th consecutive quarter of growth. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s economic team aimed for the GDP to grow between 6.5% and 7.5% in 2022. Main contributors to the annual growth are wholesale and retail trade, repair of motor vehicles, manufacturing, and construction. Among major economic sectors, agriculture, industry, and services post growth rates of 0.5%, 6.7%, and 9.2% respectively. For 2023, the government's economic managers are aiming for GDP growth to settle between 6% and 7%. The Philippine Army takes into custody former Presidential Security Group Chief Brigadier General Jesus Durante, the alleged mastermind in the murder of Davao-based businesswoman model Yvonette Chua Plaza. Army Chief Lieutenant General Romeo Bronner Jr. confirms this in an interview with DZBB, a day after announcing Durante had been relieved of his post as 1001st Brigade Commander. Davao Police had earlier linked Durante and 7 other individuals, including 6 Army officers, in the killing of Plaza. An investigation showed Plaza allegedly had sensitive information against Durante and supposedly planned to use it to blackmail the Army general. Durante caught the attention of police investigators after responding on social media to allegations about his alleged involvement in Plaza's killing. Marikina's 2nd District Representative Stella Quimbo suggests cartels could explain the exorbitant price of onions in the Philippines. Quimbo, reacting to the presentation made by Department of Agriculture Bureau of Plant Industry Director Glenn Panganiban, expresses confusion as to how onions prices skyrocketed when data from 2022 showed a modest shortage in supply.
Bilang isang ekonomista, hindi ko talaga mapaliwanag. Kaya napapaisip talaga ako na may mga misteryo, merong mga behind the scenes na hindi talaga natin nakikita. Kasama na po dyan ang cartel.
Panganiban does not dispute Quimbo's statement. He says a stockpile of smuggled onions the police were preparing to confiscate at a warehouse in Valenzuela went missing on the day of the raid. Quimbo earlier filed a resolution asking for a probe into the alleged anti-competitive prices of onions in the market. Based on the DA's price monitoring data, local red onions are sold in markets for 480 pesos to 600 pesos per kilo, and white onions at around 450 pesos to 600 pesos. Over a month after his quiet exit, former Department of Social Welfare and Development Secretary Erwin Tulfo says President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. was easy to work with. He says the president was also hands-on on some occasions, providing a peek into how the president works behind the scenes.
Honestly, pag humingi kami ng funding, for example, disaster like yung first earthquake sa Abra, and then suddenly karoon ng flooding in that area again, so medyo low na yung funds, and then I said like, sir, we need some funding to replenish. All he told me was like, talk to Secretary Pangandaman, and that's it.
Tulfo says he is open to taking up another position with the Marcos administration, but he and the president have yet to discuss what role would be for him. Tsitsipas produces a blockbuster performance to reach the Australian Open semi-final, then invites actress Margot Robbie to come and support him. The Greek, who enjoys great support in Melbourne, surprises fans during his post-match on-court interview and admits he is a big fan of Robbie, who recently starred in the film Babylon.
I mean, Australia is such a great country. I like a lot of Aussie things, you know. One of my favorite actresses comes from Australia, Margot Robbie.
Pushed to shed more light on his apparent crush, the 24-year-old Tsitsipas invites the actress to come and watch a match.
It would be nice to see her over there one day.
Okay.
Tsitsipas heads to the Australian Open semi-finals for the fourth time after beating Czech Jiří Lehečka on Tuesday, January 24. Tsitsipas is set to play Russian Karen Khachanov next. Pets will be allowed to get on the Light Rail Transit Line 2 starting February 1, provided they meet some requirements. Pets must be fully vaccinated and must also wear diapers to maintain cleanliness. Light Rail Transit Authority Administrator Hernando Cabrera says all pets must be kept in cages while inside the train and the station. Cabrera adds owners of big pets should also think twice before bringing them, pointing out that trains tend to get crowded. The LRTA will release further guidelines as it prepares its trains and stations to be more pet-friendly. Cabrera also says he will be coordinating with the Light Rail Transit Line 1 to pursue a similar policy, following the lead of the Metro Rail Transit Line 3, which has allowed certain pets on board their trains since July 2022. Guinness World Records, or GWR, announces K-pop superstar Lisa has set 3 new records for her career as a solo artist in 2022. GWR says Lisa now holds the record for being the first solo K-pop winner at the MTV Video Music Awards and MTV Europe Music Awards. Lisa also scores the world record for the most followers on Instagram for a K-pop artist, currently with 86.9 million followers. GWR adds that with this feat, Lisa is now the 38th most followed account on Instagram. Lisa, the third BLACKPINK member to have a solo album, released La Lisa in September 2021. GWR has previously announced the La Lisa music video set the record for the most viewed YouTube music video by a solo artist in 24 hours, garnering 73.6 million views in a day. And that's today's wrap. I'm Marguerite De Leon. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.